Hello, everybody. Welcome to John Schwan Productions. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2021 Wright Brothers Open, brought to you by LWS. I am joined today by Alex Evers.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to watching some good disc golf.
Yep, it should be a good time. We're watching the final round. Featured on the card is myself, Tony Moe, Matthew Blakely, and Harley Payne. These are the leaders after round one, which was played at Echo Valley. And today they'll be playing at Caesars Ford Park.
So hole one, we have a short par three. Missed the distance. I think it's roughly 300 feet or so, maybe just under.
And Matthew trying to attack with the forehand. I think he hit quite early. And we got Tony throwing, I think, a rock.
That'd be a good guess.
Looked like it turned over just a little bit on him, but he got full flight out of it.
You going MD3 on this one?
Yeah, I went MD3, a little bit of an early release there. Just didn't hit the initial gap.
And then here you'll see Harley take a completely different line, try and bring the small gap out of play and just go over all the trees.
I do know there was a little bit of right to left wind, so it definitely carried his disc a little farther left than he would have liked.
That looked to be pretty close to a tap in for you there for a par. Matt trying to do the same. Yep. A little skip off the blacktop and it should be good.
So Harley just outside of circle 2 maybe, or on the edge of circle 2. Trying to give it a go, but that's a good distance out. And Tony, I think, is just outside of circle 1 here.
Nice putt.
Yep, able to convert, and that's how you want to start the final round.
It's definitely not an easy hole, but it is one you would like to start off with a 2 on.
For sure.
So Matt was a little shorter than I thought, maybe 25 feet here.
Great connection there.
Never a doubt.
And then I'm lining up, I think, somewhere about a 20-footer here. A little bit left side, but it was able to stick. And Harley is also going to finish out the hole here.
Should be pretty routine tap in. Yep. So no damage done.
No damage done. Tony gets the lone birdie there. Realistically, there should have been more, especially in that pin placement.
That does allow him to jump out to a quick one-stroke lead.
Only 3 birdies in the MPO division there for this round.
Actually, pretty shocked by that stat.
Yes. Moving on to hole 2, a very wooded par 4. And we'll see Tony attack this hole. Probably throwing a mid-range. And that one was a little tight. You definitely want to stay in the fairway on this hole. I think he may have gone right side.
Matt getting aggressive with what looks like to be a roller. You see it stand up. We'll probably end up maybe right side fairway, maybe just edge of the rough.
And I'm throwing a FD here, just trying to get some nice turn on it and trying to get it to stay in the fairway.
Looks to be pretty good.
Yep.
Not sure how much distance you're trying to grab, but you're being on the fairway here is all you really can ask for.
Yep, a little shorter than I wanted to, but sometimes being in the fairway and a little shorter is better.
Harley looks like he's going with the rock. Just a little layup to the fairway.
And yeah, that's also a great spot right in the middle. So I am throwing a PD here. Just trying to get as much distance as I can. That right side is a little more open. And I was able to get a good amount of distance on it. It's not by the basket, but, you know, it's as far as you really want to get there.
You will take a par here any day of the week.
Harley looks like he just released that a little early or a little left. And, yeah, here's Tony's shot. Ended up, you know, just off the fairway. And you can see how difficult it is, how rough it is if you just get off the fairway a couple feet.
Tries to go forehand roller. Looks like stood it up a little too straight. Bounced to the other side of the rough. So Matt did end up cutting over to the right. And advances a little ways, but same as Tony, jumping to the other side of the rough.
Yep, still scrambling here. There's definitely still a chance, as you see Tony here. Really nice shot there. Got full flight, found the gap.
It's a nice upshot by Harley.
And then we have Blakely also trying to scramble here. Hits a tree and gets a roll. He's probably just around circle's edge right there. And this is my bid for 3.
You just laying that one up?
I was trying to give it like a half bid, but it was still far away.
So this might be just inside the circle, maybe 25 feet or so. Holes it just a little left.
Nice, good cleanup there by Harley. And the rest of us are going to tap the disc in.
Do you think there was any birdies today?
I think there was one. I'm going to guess there was one birdie. Matt dropping a stroke there with the bogey.
So Tony quickly jumps to 2-stroke lead through 2 holes.
Yep. Actually, a couple birdies there. Eric Davis, Jeremiah Krause, Justin Nelson, and Zach Payton. Looking at hole 3, it's about 550 feet. You're just looking to hit the gap here.
Might have been a little inside, but it's out, and that's all you can ask for. Should leave him a good shot for a second shot.
Yep, exactly. I'm throwing an Enigma here, just trying to be nice and smooth and flip it down the gap.
Did that catch that last tree?
And I hit the one tree that you want to miss, and it kicks me quite a ways to the right. Harley also looking to hyzer flip something out of here.
Little early release there. You're going to find himself scrambling just to save par from in there.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario in there. You definitely don't want to kick left early on this hole. And Matthew just throws
That's what you're looking for.
a buttery
right
shot.
There.
Yep, perfect. Don't got to get super aggressive off the tee, just want to hit that gap. And you can see just how, just how tight, just how rough it is, just a few feet in off the fairway here.
And it's not just rough, there are a lot of thorns in there.
Yep, thorns, and it's uncomfortable to be in there. So you can see Harley's taking an extra couple seconds here to...
Just trying to find a way to throw a clean shot.
And unfortunately, he didn't advance much there.
I mean, looking from where we're at, you can't even see the fairway. It's not a good place to be. Looks like he might be lining up a low forehand.
All right.
Sounds like it might have. Yep.
Yeah, that one made it out. So he'll be shooting 4 from where he's at, and mine actually kicked that so far right that it kind of got to in front of the blue tee pad. So I do have a wide open shot.
You're really not in a bad spot at all. It's definitely reachable from here with a big forehand.
Great shot.
Yeah, and that was a really good forehand for me, especially second hole on the day.
Can't ask for much more than that. I would take that.
Here you go. Here, Harley throwing 4. Trying to swoop that forehand in. Great skip. Little short, maybe.
He should be past the rough, it looks like, to have a clean look at it.
Tony, this looks really nice. Looks pretty slow.
Ooh, that skip?
It did get a little bit of a skip there. And then Matthew, the best shot of the bunch off the tee here. Looking to put this one close so he doesn't have to putt. And in this pin position, it's difficult to judge because the disc has to really come in quick around this corner and just settle. And you don't want to go too far because it slopes down towards the water. As you can see here where Tony kind of skips down the hill and now he's got a pretty difficult putt.
And he bangs it.
Nice connection there.
Where you at, Harley?
Right in the heart of the chains.
I'm right here.
Now this is a different look. This is a little bit scarier. Now you're
Little
looking
bit.
back down the hill.
Yeah, if you airball this one or get a bad reaction off the cage or the top band.
You're probably looking circle's edge.
Yes.
Yep. And good connection there for me. Is a good feeling putt.
It's a good birdie after hitting one of the first trees in the...
For sure. I will take
A
that
tee
one all
shot.
day. Harley, great commitment there. And, commend him for taking a 5 from, where he was at early off the tee. It's not easy.
And then Matt basically just played the hole pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to play the hole there. Clean off the tee. Great forehand. Tap and putt. So 3 birdies there and the bogey. Tony's still up by 2 on the card.
Harley, unfortunately, drops back 2 more, but I assume him to bounce back pretty quick.
And then we're moving on to hole 4. It's a relatively straight tee shot, and the last quarter of the fairway moves or goes upwards, and the basket sits on top of the hill.
Good shot.
It definitely requires a good placement first shot. There are a lot of trees up in the middle bowl, a lot of limbs that can take away a look even when you are on the fairway after your tee shot.
Good shot.
Yep, and I was going PD there, just trying to keep something nice and straight, get it to about 350 feet off the tee. And Matthew,
This looks pretty ideal.
Yep.
You'll take that. Being
Yeah.
on top of that little hill is
yep, even if
a good spot to be.
if it would have hyzered out past the tree, it still would have been good.
Looks like Harley's throwing a rock here, maybe flipping it up the flat.
And also a nice shot. Being in the middle here is king.
He's going out and around, catches a late limb. He did get on top though, so he will have a clean look at it, but it'll probably be a little circle 2 edge maybe. You're trying to do the same result.
Same result. I hit the tree, but I was not able to get around it. And that's, you really want to park that hole if you're in good position off the tee. And Matthew throws a nice little forehand out shot there. And Tony was a little far to the right after his tee shot here, so
Good shot. Should be fun.
really tight, but he's able to find the gap, get the height on the disc to get over the hill, and he should be looking at a 3.
There you are, maybe like another safe half bid maybe.
Yeah, I was definitely frustrated after that upshot, so I was trying to give it
Yeah,
something.
Harley.
And Harley knocks down something probably just on the edge of circle 2. That was a big one.
There's the bounce back stat.
There's the
Bogey to
bounce
birdie.
back. Yep.
Another look at it.
Harley.
Bang.
Beautiful putt.
Yeah, good commitment. Put enough spin on it to get to the basket.
When he makes one, he starts making a bunch, so I assume his putter to pick up pretty quick.
And this was tricky. And he had a lot of stuff in his way, but he was able to, get up and down there.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, good birdie. And here's me taking my 4 on probably what I would say is one of the easier par 4s on the course.
You don't feel bad about a par, but you definitely wish you could get a birdie on it.
Yep.
As you see here, we had 3 birdies. Bart with the lone par, sitting 4 back of Tony.
Yep. And there is all of the birdies.
So it averaged 3.7. Just under par.
Yep.
About where you would expect it to be.
Hole 5 is tricky. It's in the A position, 330 feet, and John is standing close to the basket, so it's difficult to see. But the tee is slightly elevated, and you're throwing down and then back up. So you're throwing kind of right into the face of this hill, and you kind of want to skip it at the basket, like you saw Tony do there.
It takes a very precise tee shot. I'd say it's one of the harder par 3s to get on the course. While it's not super far, it requires a specific line.
Yes, the early branches up high force you to keep it low, and it's tough to beat that second hill.
You will see, guys, it's hard to tell from this angle, but it kind of goes down and then back up, and there's a little hill. You kind of want to play something into that so it kind of skips up to the basket, because there are times if you clear that hill, you'll end up in the long rough.
Yeah. And you see me hit early and just bounce way left. That's not where you want to be.
Look to get a pretty good skip there.
Yeah, I threw fairway driver there to try to get that extra skip because I knew I still had a ways to go.
Ooh, Matt giving it a scare.
Yeah. And then Harley also went just a little inside. I think he clipped something. It's just that difficult to stay clean off the drive.
Should be able to get up and down pretty easily with his jump putt power.
And Tony with the only look at a potential birdie here. Probably circle 2.
Little high.
But good effort. Good confident putt.
There you are to save your par. Matt with a little meat on the bones.
Ooh, nice. I think that tree, was covering a quarter of the basket for him, and you can see that high right side finish, but it was able to stick. So
they definitely add a little element.
Yeah, nice putt there, Matt. And everybody else will tap in for par. Like you said, Alex, I don't think there's going to be many birdies. Maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe 1, maybe 2, yeah.
Especially, this is the most gettable pin position out of the 3.
I would agree. So no changes to the leaderboard. Everyone with a par. And looks like there's no birdies.
Yeah. Thanks to Buckeye Burgers for the whole sponsorship. And we'll be moving on to hole 6. We've got a 561-foot par 4.
Kind of similar to what we've seen so far. You really want to just hit this initial gap, try and get some distance off the tee, and then, work your way to the basket from there.
Yeah. Tony just puring the gap right up the middle. It's going to leave him in good position for the second shot.
Matt pulls a little right.
Yeah, you hit those trees on the right side of the gap.
Again, Harley taking all the trees out of play. Just going completely over and around them.
Yep.
I would assume that should have hyzered back somewhere into the middle of the fairway.
Yep. This hyzer play isn't bad if you've got about a 400-foot hyzer or a 350-foot hyzer, because it's the same shot twice. So if you can throw like a 350, 370-foot hyzer, then you have that same shot left into the basket.
Yeah,
and it really brings most danger out of play. Now you don't have a 20-foot gap to go through. You can just go, around everything.
Exactly. The worst that can happen is you catch something early, or you turn it over and you're in the waist-high grass.
Matt with a pretty good scrambler shot there.
Yeah, it's difficult to get a lot of distance on a standstill forehand when you're backed up into some rough. We'll watch Tony throw first here. And imagine he's trying to go to the left of that big tree that's between him and the basket. It's going to be the more direct route from this side. And it looks like he just turned it over a little too much there.
Sounds like there might have been a little wind.
Yeah.
So Matt's able to go just a big hyzer from where he's at. It should swing in nicely. Maybe still a little right. Maybe circles edges.
Anywhere near the line, you should.
Well, and there's a pretty decent downslope behind the basket. And here's what I mean by the double hyzer. You throw a hyzer off the tee, and then you just have kind of a nice big hyzer to the basket. And that was my FD3, and I was pretty upset with myself.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for your...
left that one a bit short.
There's John Tyree. Shout out to him for doing some spotting for us on that hole. If you get off the fairway, that rough can eat your disc.
Yeah, for sure.
Tony with a long bid. Just short, maybe a half bid, so it doesn't go blowing by.
Yeah, good decision there, because if you go far by the basket, it'll roll down the hill, and you'll have a big comebacker.
Wow, great putt.
Super happy to make that one after that pretty short upshot. In for 3. And Harley went a little long, and that one just missed by a few inches. I thought he was going to drain that one. And Blakely, again, just short left.
He's had a couple kind of leak a little left on him.
Yeah, he's getting the chains, but they're just not sticking for him. So I had the lone birdie there, and Matthew with the bogey after hitting early.
Kind of a tough hole for the card. That hole I feel like, should have a few more birdies on it, especially on a lead card.
Yep.
It did average .26 under par.
Thanks to Kevin Cruz for the hole sponsorship there, and we will move on to hole 7. It is a uphill hole. I think it measures somewhere around 250, 280 feet.
Looks like you took a sneaky gap.
Yeah, it was a little lefter than I wanted it to be, but it did get through some trees.
That looks pretty ideal. Just catches one of those late guardian trees.
Yeah, it's so difficult to pick a gap here and to hit it consistently. Tony threw a good shot and didn't get a good result.
Ooh.
And there's Harley just scaring the chains, just a couple inches from going in.
Gonna leave himself with a bit of a comebacker though.
And Matthew, also just gives it a ace run, a couple inches from going in. And you can see this right side is just so unforgiving. After a really good tee shot by Tony,
I was gonna say, I don't even know who's in there.
he's just struggling to get out. And luckily he had a really nice out shot that put him under the basket.
That's a great putt by you.
Yeah, I think that one was just on the edge of circle 1, so I'm able to get the birdie there.
Harley coming back after the ace run. Never a doubt.
Beautiful stroke there.
Matt looking to do the same.
Yep, nice putt there. And Tony is going to be the only person to take par here. The rest getting away with a birdie there. And that's kind of expected. Like I said, it's to put enough power on the disc to get to the basket. You can get these ugly kicks like you saw Tony get there, go right or left, and it can kick you like 40, 50 feet away. There you have all of the birdies averaging 2.65. Thank you, Dayton Disc Golf, for the whole sponsorship there.
Now we get to hole 8, par 5, roughly 1,000 feet. Really get to see these guys open their arms up. I'm looking forward to see Harley unleash on this hole.
Yep. I'm going to DD3 here. I thought that was a little bit more headwind than that, but I'm still happy with that distance.
Good shot.
In the short grass, that's all I can ask for. Harley, I think he's going to Destroyer here.
Looks to be a halo.
Oh, out of it. Nice.
Hard to track this one when it's going 700 feet.
Good layout.
There it is.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Clears the little hill. That's how you know it's far. I try and get to the top of that hill.
Yeah, that's probably 550, 600. Blakely, come on back.
Stay
Come
out
on.
of
Yeah.
it. Oh, yeah.
Nice flight there. Yeah, it can be a little nerve-wracking when you get some flip on the disc here because you definitely don't want to challenge those woods on the right side.
Tony going Destroyer. Gets it over. No complaints about that whatsoever.
Yeah, nice full flight there.
Looks like Tony gets to throw again.
He's going to be going sidearm. I don't think he's really going for the basket. You just kind of want to stay in the middle and get into those trees just like that. It's a par 5 and relatively easy par 5 if you can just put your disc into that, that row of trees. The upshot isn't too difficult.
It's definitely eagleable if you do have the arm.
Yes.
But for like the way Tony played it, that's the easiest way to break it down, just for a nice easy birdie.
Yep. And Matthew just turns that disc over a little too much, and that's when you can start to find some trouble on the hole.
Are you able to attack from here?
I'm not able to attack the pin because I was a little far left. So I'm just trying to put my disc right in the middle to get my birdie. And you know that Harley was probably trying to get some distance on that to maybe get a chance at eagle.
Perfect upshot by Tony. That'll tap in for an easy birdie.
Yep, really nice shot there. Easy birdie for him, like you said.
You're kind of buried in a little group of trees, but it looks to be pretty open enough to get a nice little swing.
Yep, also, I'm happy with that. Harley stayed right on the edge, so... Ooh, also, he kind of had an eagle look there.
You got real fortunate to fight through that much.
Yeah, and then what you didn't see there was Blakely had to throw out, so what you saw, I believe, was his 4th shot there. And then myself, Tony, and Harley will be tapping in for birdie. And Matt's going to be taking a par here.
I'd say that's a normal spread for a lead card. 4 birdies, 1 par.
Yeah.
Or 3 birdies, 1 par, sorry.
3 birdies and a par there, yeah. Like you said, it could be eagled, but it definitely takes 2 really, really good shots. There's the average 4.65 on hole 8. And good old Scotty Burnett, always in our hearts.
Shout out Scotty B.
Here we have hole 9. It is a early gap that you want to hit. And you kind of want to keep the disc straight. As a righty, you want to turn it just a little bit like that. And just get as much distance as you can so your upshot is easier.
I think Harley was looking to do the same. You saw him kind of point right. Might have just leaked it a little bit left. Maybe didn't flip it up quite as much. I do know Tony likes to play to the right side. It kind of opens up a little bit more out there. So he's trying to bite a little bit farther to the right. And I think he did that perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. He should have a pretty routine upshot. Matt staying clean. Come on.
That's actually a decent.
Yeah, it bounced right, but it was kind of one of those forward bounces, and I think he stayed fairly clean there.
Should be pretty open. Maybe just a little bit farther of an upshot.
There's there's an OB road, like 3/4 of the way up the fairway. It doesn't really come into play too much. It's too far to get to it off the tee, and you're just gonna throw over it on your second shot.
Go. Skip. Yep.
And Matt taking this sneaky little hyzer over the top because he was pinched off, and I think it ended up working out for him.
Tony going AVR here.
Turn, baby.
Getting it turned over.
Sit down.
Didn't hang on quite enough. As long as it stayed short of that rough patch, he should be all right, though.
And then here's Harley. He actually had a little bit more of a line than I thought he did. And he kind of pops it over some trees and gets pretty close to the basket.
Looks to be just a routine hyzer for you.
Yep, if you can get the distance off the tee, you can be in a couple different spots up there that open up to the basket.
Ooh, sneaks it in.
Great putt from Harley there. Another circle to make for him. He's got a couple now.
See if Matt can cash his home. Yep.
Yeah, good putt there.
Looks like he's started to make the correction, not missing quite so left, getting him the stick dead center.
Yep, that confidence is back. Tony from the knee. Yeah, nice putt. Sometimes those can be a little tricky. And I will be tapping in as soon as my cart stops rolling. And that's a star birdie from lead card.
It's a pretty good star frame from a few unfortunate drives,
Yeah.
a few bad kicks.
So Tony at 11 down, myself at 9 down, Matthew Blakely at 8 down, and Harley at 6 down. There's all the birdies, 3.65 average. Thanks to the man, the myth, the legend, Brad Schick, for sponsoring that hole. And that is going to be it for the front 9 of the Wright Brothers Open. We will see you guys on the back 9.